Hi, I'm Abby, and I have a website. It's abbynormalswisdomquest.com, and I've created this video to share more about my experience with alien beings. And part of where I want to begin on this conversation is to discuss what it is to be a human being. Obviously, you should know what it is to be a human being, but sometimes it's more complicated than you are aware. And I have discovered since interacting with alien beings, but I discovered this before, but it becomes far more apparent that we have as human beings an instinctive nature, and it drives us to be vibrate on a much lower level. So to vibrate on a lower level, that means you are more connected with a more dense physical experience. You are more connected with the instincts of being more animal versus more spiritual. And so as you can see, looking across the globe, and just driving to work each day, we have a habit of disliking everybody, disliking ourselves, disliking our lives, feeling hateful, feeling spiteful, feeling angry, feeling frustrated, feeling like we have no control over the world that we live in. And then the worst part of all, feeling like there's no choice but to just accept the way that it is, which is 100% a lie. Nobody on this planet, not even an individual, has to accept the way that it is. There is always a way to make this better. There's always a way to improve. And here I am, I'm just one person, and I'm creating videos and trying my best to share my experiences and to reach out to other human beings who want to see a different world too, and we can make it a different world. And so part of what I want to share is the challenge of being human, the challenge of letting go of our minds, letting go of our instincts, and trying very hard to connect with our heart at every turn, at every moment of our lives. When we connect with our heart, suddenly we're more patient, suddenly we're more accepting of others who are different than us, and suddenly we actually care about things. We care about the world we live in, and we care about others, and we care about ourselves. And so my goals in life are to always work on trying to go above my human self, to go into a spiritual self, a self that is connected to an infinite realm where there is nothing but unconditional love and acceptance and infinity. It's eternity. So there's no time. There's no need to be in a hurry, because there's nothing but an infinite world that is timeless. So whether it happens today or whether it happens 100,000 years from now, it actually does not matter. It only appears to matter in our minds because we understand what 1 year feels like. Sometimes 1 day can feel like 1 year. But if you explore life from your heart, then suddenly time doesn't matter at all. And when you allow time to not matter, now suddenly, if all human beings could allow time to not matter, if all human beings could allow themselves to find a natural essence of patience and just acceptance of each other, everything would vanish. That is war, that is violence, that is self-inflicted pain, abuse, all of that would go away. And so what I'm trying to share now about alien communication is the difference between what is human and what is alien, and what is, a human who uses a mind versus a human who uses their heart. And there are alien beings that are, you could talk to any alien being you want to. I don't recommend talking to alien beings who are not vibrating at a high level and are not connected to the infinite mind, are not connected in that way, to unconditional love, which is I do not recommend communicating with aliens who are not there to give your world a loving and joyful experience. So, so I want to talk now about communicating with alien beings that vibrate on a high level, that are expressions of unconditional love, and their appearances are not always what you would think is. You could be extremely terrified of an alien being who is actually vibrating on a level that is extremely high and unconditionally loving. I honestly am surprised by the fact that there are alien beings that look just like animals and insects on this planet, but they are in the size of and have the mind of not an animal, but a spiritual, high vibrating, unconditionally loving being. And for instance, I have met an alien being who was a giant insect, what would be a praying mantis man, and I honestly I was dumbfounded when he first came to talk to me, and the interaction took place, what would be at 2 a.m. in the morning or 3 a.m. in the morning, and it's not as if he visited me physically, because alien beings, you do not have to visit anybody. You do not have to go anywhere to have a communication with an alien being that lives what would be universes away, so far away that it would feel impossible to ever visit them in a lifetime. We are all connected to all things. There's no separation or distance between us. We are all connected as one. And so how he communicated was, I woke up and I instantly sensed that somebody was there. And the image that came into my mind was what was a giant, it was just the face of two black eyes and, the outline of what was a praying mantis creature. And I had absolutely no idea what to think about this. And, obviously at 2 or 3 a.m. in the morning, I'm not... I am less connected to my conscious mind and more connected to more of a dream world or an alternate reality. So it's easier to have communications with beings that I would be on guard to talk to if I was fully awake. This praying mantis man, I had talked to him for several days, and I would say several weeks, and I still on occasion talk to him, but it would just be like saying hello to an old friend, and then it's fine, you just keep living your lives, and then sometimes you feel the need to talk again. So me not having the close interaction again for some time was perfectly fine. But what he shared with me was really shocking to me, because he showed me what is an infinite universe. And the way he communicated with me was not with words, but with emotions, with feelings. But it was more like he was creating the feelings he wanted me to have. So he was infiltrating my body with his own dream and wanting me and instigating the right feelings for me to understand him. So that alone goes to show the extreme extraordinariness of a communication with an alien being. And so the message, just to briefly share it with you, it was definitely it was definitely a high vibration and what would feel even sexual. Like it's appalling when you start to discover what sexuality actually is. It is appalling because on this planet people have no idea, no clue what truly sexuality is and sexual experiences, and And if we all vibrated on a level that was 100% sexual, doesn't mean you're getting it on with everybody around you. That just means that you love to that extreme degree, and it feels sexual. This feeling is insane. It is mind-boggling. But he showed me how the connection of all things, and how interactions here create interactions through in the universe. So what we do here is create ripples of energy that affect the entire universe. That we are like cells in a body, and these cells would be like a cancer. But it wasn't just that, because it was so beautiful, and it was so positive, and it was so just sheer love, the message. But it also showed me how, when two people connect and have a sexual experience, how sexual experiences create whole new universes, create whole new dreams, whole materialize physical worlds itself. That sexual experiences are part of the manifestation of physical worlds in the universe. And he showed me what would be like. Obviously this sounds so weird. It sounds so strange. It's so unreal, because you sit on your couch after work and you watch TV, and nothing you see in this world could even compare to what you could see or experience and feel all at the same time when you communicate with an alien being. You suddenly realize how painfully dead feeling this world is. When you communicate with an alien being, you remember what it is to be alive in a universe, what it is to feel what real love feels like, what it is to communicate without any, it's just to communicate without any judgment. It's unfathomable. But in the communication, obviously, it sounds weird, it sounds strange. It was even weird for me after it was over. I was just, at 3 a.m. in the morning talking to a giant insect about, what sex creates in the universe. Like, that is a weird freaking thing. I get that. I understand that. But I'm also an intelligent human being, and I also am non-judgmental of my reactions. And I choose to accept every experience that takes place in my life, and only try to share it on the level that it was given to me. So how you desire to digest what I'm telling you is your own deal. But the grand finale of the conversation was, it literally was like when a man and a woman orgasm at the exact same time. He showed me on the smallest level what is, the interaction inside a female body. And then, there is a ejaculation inside a female body. But then he showed me that on the tiniest level of two human beings, for instance. And then he showed me on the grand scale level of what it looks like in the universe. And it literally was like, so hardcore, so intense, the difference. It literally was like, what is joy? Like, it's even emotional to talk about it, because it was so pure, so purely, unconditionally loving. So what it created was what was like the grand finale of the 4th of July fireworks. And in space, materializing a world, a whole new world with life, with new perspectives, with a whole new, completely new, just existence. Imagine all the sexual experiences that created Earth, that created this human race here on this planet, which. I wouldn't begin to tell you that I believe human beings actually started here, but it just goes to show, you just see what, I mean, it's just, my mind's drawing a blank at this point, but the experience was so profound. The communication with this praying mantis creature was so profound. There was another time he visited me, and he showed me where he lived, and I, in my life, have never breathed fresh air until he brought me in my mind, in my perspective, my experience of what reality is. He drew me into his world, and I, for the first time, breathed what fresh air tastes like, what it is like. And that alone, I mean, the purity of a planet that is pure, it's unfathomable. It is unimaginable. And yeah, so anyway, I created this to give you more of a perspective of what it is to be human versus what it is to be an alien being. And then the goal is always to try to escape what is judgmental, what is instinctive, what is a human mind that chooses fear, that chooses anger, that chooses hatred, that chooses self-destruction. None of that is good. None of that is good. Good is love. Good is joy. Good is everything that makes us happy. That is what our experience should be from morning until night and until morning again. And we need to open our hearts and try every day, even a little bit more every day, to experience love, to feel love, to share love, to embrace love, to know we are love and that we deserve love. It's hard to know what real love feels like in a world like this. So that is all I'm going to share for right now. And feel free to subscribe to my channel, and I'm going to make plenty more videos. And thank you for watching.